So welcome. My name is Jess. I'm known as Jess by the staff and the students. That's one of the key differences in further education. We do go by first names even with the students. So my full name, Jessica Fordyce, and my title here is I'm Head of Careers and Personal Development. So I'm just going to go into some details over what that means in terms of what we deliver and what we provide. So, careers and personal development. How does college differ from school? These are common concerns that you might have or your young person might have. Um, how is college different from school? Do I have lessons outside of my course? Who is my central point of contact? Are previous student experiences good or bad for the young people? And that may then colour how they feel about coming to college potentially. I just want to reassure you that all these questions are normal and very common. And it is, of course, also normal to be excited, curious, nervous, maybe a bit intimidated, some of all, or maybe one of each, or just one. So, how is college different to school? One of the key things that students notice is they can call us by first names, so that is a big difference. They are much more independent in terms of managing their schoolwork, their college work, um, but they do still have support lessons outside their course, and this is the personal development program and enrichment opportunities that I want to talk to you about. These are run by their central point of contact, who will either be a tutor or a progress coach. And that what's good to know is whoever delivers the personal development program sessions to your young person, that is your key point of contact, both for the student and for the parent or carer. So you can just go to that one person. You will have access to them, their email address, so that you can follow up any concerns or questions you might have. So moving on, what is personal development? So some of you may be familiar with schools. They deliver the PSHE curriculum, and the personal development curriculum is very much along the same lines. Also, for other people, you might know it as a tutorial system. So, having a tutorial and a personal tutor delivering it. This is all very much the same delivery in terms of content that you find running through schools and colleges. So, here at Brooklands Technical College, all full time learners have 1 hour timetabled per week with their tutor or progression coach for personal development. The 1 hour timetabled is made up of a 45-minute, usually, delivery on a topic, and then 15 minutes admin in terms of following up notices, attendance, concerns the learners might have, and also sometimes one-to-ones they'll hold in those 15 minutes. Students get a one-to-one target setting session with their tutor or progress coach once a term. So 3 times through the whole year, they're with us each year. This is an opportunity to talk to them about what they want to achieve when they finish the year. So it could be going on to World of Work, or it could be another course, or it could be university. And we check in with the learners. The first term is very much about establishing what they want to achieve. The second term is checking in, seeing where they are on that journey. And the third term is about ensuring that they're progressing to meet those goals. Sometimes the goals can change. That's totally understandable. Learners sometimes change courses, and change their interests. These things can happen, and we're here to support that development. So, Also, just to clarify that the personal development sessions are not normally delivered by tutors on their course. So they're delivered by specialist progression coaches who are separate to their course, and my team's relationship with the students is slightly different to tutors in that we're very much the advocates for the students. So we have perhaps a less formal relationship with the students in terms of being the person they can approach and say if they need any support in meetings with curriculum, we can be there with them, and also parents and carers can contact us direct. So, topics that are covered include careers, UCAS, which is the university entry process. We do mental and physical health and well-being, uh, citizenship, being a positive citizenship skills, study skills, which we also include things like revision and dealing with exam nerves, anxiety in that situation, and personal safety as well. So there are lots of different topics that we cover. Elements like prevent and safeguarding very much run all the way through these topics. We do things, for example, like drug and alcohol awareness, healthy relationships, um, knife crime awareness, anti-bullying agenda, equality and diversity, inclusivity, all these things. We do like to be responsive to topics that are going on out in the world, and we do find as a team students will often ask for information about different topics. So of course, around election time we talk about voting rights and how things work, as well, and money matters we also cover, I should say, but many different things, and we like to be led by our student intake as to what we cover. So we don't just deliver it in the classroom. The main delivery is the 1 hour session a week, but we also have various guest speakers in, and we deliver workshops. Outside external speakers deliver workshops as well. Just an example of what we've had just this term is Surrey Police have been in to see us 3 times. They set up a very popular event with police vehicles all parked up outside our main reception, where students got to learn about how to drive safely, drink and drug awareness when driving, and safety around those matters. They also got to test their braking skills in the actual vehicles, which was a fantastic event run by the Vanguard Safe Drive team. And they spoke to nearly 300 students at that event. So that was fantastic. We work closely with Cooth, who is a mental health charity. I really recommend if you haven't come across it. It's great for support for young people. They come in and do pop ups with the students, get students to sign up to their online support, and talk to students about any concerns. We had a very popular talk, over 200 students attended, from Charlie's Promise charity. Um, Martin Cossa, whose son was murdered just over a year ago through knife crime, came and gave a very educational, powerful, emotive talk to the students about knife crime. We had very positive feedback from the students, who are now hoping to fundraise for that charity. We've had various universities in already this term, including the UCA, Southampton University, Queen Mary's, Winchester. We have links with Surrey University and the Heon Trust, talking to learners about opportunities in higher education. We were fortunate to have the Navy catering team come in and do a Ready Steady Cook workshop for our public services students and catering students, which was a fun event too. Surrey Libraries have visited both our campuses, and they talk to students about not just taking out resources you might expect from the libraries, but also how they can support with um, provisional tests, application, and learning about how to drive and that side of things, which was very popular with the students too. We're very fortunate to have sexual health nurses actually based at our Weybridge site. They come onto campus twice a month. They also deliver pop ups where they talk to students about healthy relationships and making safe choices linked to sexual activity. So those are things we've just had just this term, which has been great. We've got coming up in the next term Loudspeaker, which is a group who deliver workshops to do with confidence and public speaking for young people. And we're also working with YGAM, who is a charity who works with young people looking at how to manage gaming and in-app purchases and gambling for young people. So that we'll be working with them next term as well. So moving on, careers. Careers is delivered through personal development. It's included within that term, but we also have activities that happen outside the classroom. So within the classroom and within personal development, all students learn about CV writing, completing job applications, and we look at interview skills, how to calm those nerves before interviews. This year, we've launched and we're part of a pilot for a very exciting AI careers chatbot called Alex. All full time learners have access to this. And we also link with parents and carers about the chatbot so they're aware of how to use it too. It's a great chatbot because it enables personalized career advice. That includes information about the local job market, but also it can help the learners create targets around their career planning and also talk to them about interview skills and further job market research, which we do also look at in personal development. It's possible for the students to book careers advisor appointments, um, and they can also meet outside personal development in addition to the one-to-ones. They can book in to have a one-to-one with our progress coaches about applying for university or applying for a job, further support, one-to-one support for CV writing or completing a job application. So that's in addition to the 3 one-to-ones that they have. They can book into those sessions too. We also have the external speakers come in and deliver activities on applying for university, for example, or applying for a job. We also have a Next Step conference last May. This included over 30 local employers coming in, talking to young people about jobs that were available locally. And also several universities attended that too. Within the year, all courses have employer encounters. So these often happen through the course itself, but can also happen through personal development sessions. We have people like BA coming in, talking to the learners for travel and tourism. We have various beauty companies coming in, talking to the hair and beauty as well. But the employer encounters do run through all our different subjects. So I won't go through all the ones we have in, but we're very fortunate to have those links there. Just want to talk to you about Gatsby benchmarks before I go on to enrichment. You may or may not be familiar with, there are 8 Gatsby benchmarks. Um, which we have to adhere to, and they mean we have to provide all learners with access to a level 6 qualified careers advisor, which we can do. That's in addition to the AI support and the one-to-one support. And we ensure that all learners have tailored careers advice moving forward. So we do adhere to that. We also have matrix accreditation, and of course we have our Ofsted judgment of good, and that runs across our careers provision too. So moving on to enrichment. This is overseen by Ben, who is our enrichment coordinator. We have creative enrichment, which includes using the media and IT facilities we have at the college. We have clubs and societies, keeping you up to date with everything at the college. This includes our student press, and we also have the Brooklands radio, which we work closely with, podcasts and magazines as well. There is service and volunteering that we committed to the local community. Students have the opportunity to do activities. We have something running next term where we're making seating for a local care home, and we also do other support for local residents, going out doing. We've been painting a community hall, for example. Lots of different opportunities there. The educational enrichment includes creative writing and also debate society. The sports enrichment, we run football, badminton, basketball as well. And we have a gym that students have access to as well. So we do have our football team also perform competitively with other schools and colleges and travel for those journeys. So for those sports fixtures. So that's in addition. So just to summarize then at the end, and then I'll take questions. Um, the students who come here on a full-time program will have their full-time program, but then they'll also have an hour a week of personal development, which includes various key topics. And then they also have careers delivery inside that, but also they can book in to do other workshops for CV writing and interview techniques, etc. And then there's also the enrichment activities which are available, and they're predominantly delivered on a Wednesday afternoon. There is no teaching from about 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon when the enrichment activities take place. So that's the end of the presentation. And I'm now open to any questions. If you have any questions, please send them through in the chat, and my colleague Ella can share them with me. Any questions coming through, Ella? Yes, so someone asking if these apply to students in the SEND unit. Yes, absolutely they do. The personal development program, we have, so each of our progression coaches who oversee the resources for the personal development program have a link area. So there are 5 of them and they link with different curriculum areas. And Sarah is our link with the SEND unit. She works very closely with Lee in developing appropriate personal development provision. And also Ben works closely with the unit in doing different enrichment activities. So yes, it's all linked together. So what activities can we do in terms of enrichment? There's different sports activities. There's team games, but there's also regular meetings, weekly meetings where they can do things like badminton and basketball as well as the football. There's also a debating team. There's a movie club where they watch films. There's creative writing club, and then there are volunteer opportunities too in the community. There's also, I should say, we have a strong student voice. So when students come to us, they have the opportunity to be a student rep for their course. And as part of that, they get to sit on the student council, which is held once a term, where they meet with senior leadership, including governors, and share student concerns and successes. And we also, next term, we host our student conference, where about 60 students are invited in to talk about 8 key topics with staff, and that ranges from student experience through to the environment, AI, equality and diversity, money worries, world of work, things like that. So yes, student voice is a good opportunity for students to get involved as well. And they can also be student ambassadors, which means they attend our open events and talk to parents and students too. So, yeah. Any other questions anyone has? Any concerns? Any worries? I know one thing people are worried about sometimes is that when students come to us, it is just the course and there isn't that support network that they might have had at school or through, say, home learning. So just to reassure that they do have the equivalent of what would have been a personal tutor or a PSHE tutor, and that's the person who delivers their personal development. So they have that one point of contact who they can come to with any worries or concerns or questions. And parents and carers can also have that key contact too. So just to reassure you in that, and we work very closely with the safeguarding and wellbeing team, which is another team of 5, and they support learners who might have more complex needs, emotional needs, for example. Um, so yeah, there's a very strong support network there, just to reassure. Okay, I know someone's asking about lessons and timetables. So, timetables do follow a general pattern. Learners are normally in 3 days a week. It's normally 3 days a week. And lessons can run from 9 through to 5, but it depends on the provision. It depends on the curriculum. So, I can't give a specific timetable. The average is 3 days, and lessons will happen within 9 to 5, but it could be someone's coming in for 10:15 and finishing at 2:30, and doing 4 days. So it can differ, but no lessons run past 2:30 on a Wednesday, because that's when enrichment takes place. And as far as I'm aware, no learners are in 5 days. It's normally 3, maximum 4 days. And we are aware that students often do work as well. So they have the opportunities to have some time to work during the week, as well as study. We're aware that is often a necessity. So, any other questions? Anything else coming through? Ella, is there anything else coming through on the chat? No more. Okay, great. All right then. Well, I'd just like to thank you again for giving up your time to come and hear this webinar. And if you have any further questions, then do contact the college so we can follow things up with you. You will be contacted about further taster sessions and opportunities to learn more about the college. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and all the best to your young person in whatever they decide to do. Thank you.